What's up, YouTube? Chat Church here, 40 Church here, back here with another YouTube video. And in today's YouTube video, I'm going to be talking about how to instantly manifest. Now, you know, when it comes to the manifestation community and the subliminal community and all these other communities that have to do anything with you know, using your mind in order to manifest, I know there's a lot of, there's a lot of arguments that talk about, oh, can you instantly manifest? Is it possible, or do you have to take action, or do you have to wait and all these other things? And I have to tell you something. Look, instant manifestation actually works, and the only one thing you need in order to instantly manifest is faith. That's all you need. That's the only thing. And plus, on top of that, I think I might make another YouTube video talking about, like, I'm gonna start making more YouTube videos on manifestation, because I got plenty of videos I want to make. But hold on, let me show you guys something real quick. As you guys can see, this right here, I'm gonna use that for my thumbnail. This right here is my Air Jordan 11 Retro Bread, or the Bread 11s. These I instantly manifested, and these shoes are not cheap, of course. These shoes, they were like almost $425. So to show you, I'm showing you guys results. I'm showing you guys proof, like I know what I'm talking about. So let me go put the shoe back, and then let's get into the video. Okay, put that shoe back right there. All right. So, how to instantly manifest, how to do it. Now, the thing is, like I said before in the video, the only one thing you need is faith. Damn it, I think I should have saved that for another YouTube video, like the only one thing you need in order to manifest. But either way, let's just get into how to instantly manifest. Now, in order to instantly manifest, like I said before, all you need is faith and patience. That's the only two things you need in order to manifest, is faith and patience. Because the thing is, here's the thing. If you want to instantly manifest, you have to be in a state, as every freaking guru and any person who talks about the subconscious mind and manifesting and all this, the number one thing they all unanimously agree on, that even the great teachers like Jesus, Buddha, and all them other and even I think Gandhi too, they all agree on this one thing. You have to be in a state of that. You have to be in a state of the wish fulfilled, as Neville Goddard would say. You have to be in a state as if that which you're trying to manifest has already manifested. That's the only thing. So how did I instantly manifest those shoes? Now, I remember I was talking, it was my dad, shout out to my dad. My dad was the one who actually bought the shoes for me. And this is what happened. So, for a while I wanted the shoes, because, I didn't always tell him, but I told him that, one day we had a conversation, because as a matter of fact, on Father's Day, we went out to go eat, and I saw him with the shoes on, the exact same shoes. I was like, oh my God, like, I was shocked, because, I didn't know my dad also collected Jordans too. Like I said, him and I are relatable. We relate to a lot of things, but, I was shocked. I was like, wow, I wish I had those shoes and things like that. And, and then after Father's Day, I think like a week or two later, we had a conversation. We were talking. I was like, yeah, man, those are my because those shoes right there are my number one favorite Jordans of all time. Because back then, when I was in middle school, the very first pair, well, they weren't my very first pair of Jordans generally, but my very first pair of Air Jordan Retros, they were the Bread 11s. And, of course, I think it was 2013. Yeah, 2013. I think it was 2013 when they retroed the Bread 11s again. Because I know it came along. Well, they didn't come along, but it was around the same year they dropped the Taxi 12s, which I have the Taxis too, which I don't know if I want to show you guys, because like I said, I don't want to show like I said, I have a lot of shoes, like a lot, and I'll show my Taxis. Like these shoes right here, I also manifested these two. These two I also manifested. I wouldn't say I instantly manifested these, but I still manifested them. So like I said, I'm trying to show you guys that what I'm talking about is not bullshit. I actually know what I'm talking about when it comes to instantly manifesting. But let me get back into the story. So yeah, I was talking with my dad. I was like, yeah, man, I love those shoes so much, man. I wish I had them and things like that. And maybe not even like 2 days later, he sent me a text, man. I think he either called me or texted me saying, hey, I ordered the shoes for you. I was like, what? I was shocked. Like I couldn't believe it. Like he told me to contain my excitement too. But he bought the shoes for me, and that's what I'm showing, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. So how did I? So and then after that, like, and then the shoes are authentic. Yes, they are authentic. We got them from that website called GOAT. I would go inside the shoebox and show you guys the proof of authenticity, but I don't feel like doing all that. So you just have to take my word for it. I mean, I already showed you what the shoes look like, and I already showed you the taxi talk. So I mean, like, come on, cut me some slack. But basically, all I did was like, the only thing I did was just mention that I like the shoes a lot, and then, that I loved it. Well, not like, I loved the shoes, and then after that, just 2 days later, he ordered the shoes for me, and then it took like about no more than a week and a half to come, because, anybody who orders from Go, they're really reliable. They usually like go through the verification process, make sure that it's authentic before they ship it to you. If anybody knows, anybody's ordered from Go. I also got the OVO 10s, but I'll show that in another video. But basically, or should I show them in this video? I'll show them in another video. But basically, like, when it comes to instant manifestation, all you have to do is just believe as if you got your manifestation. Well, I didn't even believe I got my manifestation. All I did was just be detached. Now, I might make another video on talking about the law of detachment, because the law of detachment is really powerful if you know how to utilize it correctly, keyword correctly. Because a lot of times people think when it comes to law of detachment, they say, oh yeah, man, all I gotta do is just give up on my manifestation. It's not really about giving up, really. It's just you don't have to be too attached to the outcome. And that's the key thing in manifestation, is not to be too attached to the outcome. That's how you instantly manifest. Like, all you have to do is just set the intention that, okay, this is what I want. You place an order with the universe. Now, do you have to take action? And the answer to that is, it depends. If you sometimes you might have to take physical action in order for the manifestation to come. Or I mean, usually when it comes to my manifestations, in most cases, like, they tend to just come to me. Now, excuse me. The only time I have to stop burping my videos, but the only time I ever have to take action really is when either when I'm trying to manifest like money or things like that, because of course, well, even with money, I don't even take action with that either, because I either make money from my parents, my family, they send me money, or sometimes I even make money from my business. I'm on, like I said, I am an influencer. I do make money off of sponsorships and deals, and like I even make they're not my main source of income, but but mostly when it comes to my music, I mean my business, mostly my music is the one that like really pays my really gives me a good allowance, basically. But basically, when it comes to instant, like, I know I keep rambling on, but when it comes to instantly manifesting, all you have to do is just have faith and have patience. That's all you need. You don't need to do any techniques. You don't need I'm sorry to swear, but you don't have to you don't have to you like sit down and visualize for like almost 2 hours, affirm, ramble, and all this other thing. I understand people say that robotic affirming works, and it does to a certain extent, but you don't really need to do it. Like, all you have to do is just believe that the thing will come to you, and then if you have to take action, like, in most cases, the action will just happen automatically. You don't even have to, quote unquote, take a physical action. Like, that action will just happen. And when it comes to that, it's just like, that's all you have to do, really. It's just have faith and just have patience. It'll come. And that's it. That's all you have to do. If you want to instantly manifest, like I said, I've been able to manifest a freaking $400 pair of shoes. If I can do that, man, I just imagine what else I can manifest. But I mean, besides that, I mean, that's all I have to say. I mean, there's not really much to it. That's all you have to do, really. I mean, I know a lot of spiritual gurus tell you to do techniques and practice law of this, law of that. And no, man, all you have to do is just have faith, saying, okay, I'm gonna get this, and then you have and see. And here's another thing. Depending on your it also depends on the type of what you're actually trying to manifest. Because everything, because just like all the people say, everything is energy. So if you want to if you're trying to manifest something, like, it all depends on what you're trying to manifest. Like, for instance, if you're trying to manifest a car, right? Let's just say you're trying to manifest a car. Now, of course, in order to manifest a car, you might have to take some actionable steps. Like, maybe depending on your situation, if you have the money to go buy a car, then all you gotta do is just if you have the money, then you have to go to the dealership, or you have to go to somebody who's trying to get who who has the car you're trying to buy. I mean, duh. I mean, you have to take that type of action. But if you don't have the money, sometimes you could just wait on the universe to send you an opportunity to get the money. Like, you might get like a new job offer, or someone might give you, you might get like, or if you already have a job, you might get a bonus, you might get a check in the mail, something. But, you know, like something which is like, it's like, just like Neville Goddard said, like, it's just a bridge of instances that would happen that will lead to your manifestation. But like I said, this is why you have to have faith and patience, because sometimes when it comes to manifestation, the 3D can be a little bit slow. It can lag sometimes, so you have to be aware of that. But like I said before, if you want to instantly manifest, all you have to do is just have faith it will come to you, and then be on the lookout for what you have to do. Like, the universe will send you clues or send you help that will lead you to your manifestation. And once you stay aware, like, and that's another thing I have to mention, you have to stay aware. You have to be aware, because see, a lot of times, this is the biggest mistake a lot of people make when it comes to manifesting. They'd be like, okay, all they do is like, they sit back and be like, yeah, I could just visualize and like do all, and just affirm for like 2 hours, and then I'll just sit back and the manifestation will come to me. Which in some cases that could work. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's impossible, because there has been sometimes where I've been able to manifest money out of thin air. I mean, there was one time I manifested like, I think even like $100 into my bank. I mean, to some people that's not a lot, but I don't have a job, so to me that's a lot. And I was able to just manifest $100. All I did was just like listen to a subliminal and then just affirm to myself I had $100 in my bank account. And the next morning I woke up with a direct deposit from my business that it was either my business or my music. I had a direct deposit in my bank account that had like that was worth $100. I mean, I would have showed you guys it, but I haven't been I have iMovie on my iPhone, but I haven't been able to have like an actual reliable editing software to like really edit the video so I can show you pictures and proof. But besides that, I woke up to like $100 direct deposit in my bank account. I was like, whoo. But besides that, I know this video is way longer than it should be, but I mean, that's all you have to do. So, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and if you have any questions, just leave them below. I'll try to reply as much as possible. I tend to get a lot of notifications on social media, so if I don't get to your question fast enough, please have patience with me. And so make sure you guys stay tuned for the next one. And yeah, peace out. Hey.